fighting in northern Jonglay state between government and opposition forces, and government restrictions on movement have blocked humanitarian agencies from accessing many locations. One of them is the town of Akobo. It's controlled by the opposition, although the government forces say they're going to take back all of the opposition areas by force in the coming days. The government's allowed a few humanitarian flights to certain destinations, so we're going to join this helicopter from the UN's Humanitarian Air Service, and we'll get about 2 hours on the ground in the town. About 3 weeks ago, South Sudan's army ordered civilians and humanitarian agencies to evacuate 3 counties ahead of its assault on opposition forces. Akobo was one of them. People here are wondering if the government forces will soon attack. This is the main hospital in Akobo town. It's basic, not many resources, patched up with tarpaulins. This ward is inundated with dozens of patients with gunshot wounds. Many of them have had to travel for days or weeks to come here and get help, and the surgeons say many of them arrive with severe infections, and so amputations are common. This patient's being treated for a gunshot wound in the foot. This one's less fortunate. He arrived with a gunshot wound and gangrene in his leg. Dr. Gail Samuel says he's had to amputate it. He's the only medic here who can do the operation. He says few of the people wounded in the villages make it here alive. We spoke to him after.
We are stocking out of everything, surgical items, fuels. My appeal is to government is to allow humanitarian access to the area affected by war.
Humanitarian funding cuts haven't helped. Last year, the hospital was supported by Care International. It says it will resume support as soon as it's allowed. That won't bring back this boy's mother. His aunt told us their village was bombed from the air, then government soldiers attacked, shot his mother dead as she tried to run with him into the bush, also hitting him in his leg. We've hidden their identities for their safety. This woman told us she doesn't understand why the two sides are fighting. She says government soldiers came to her village and started shooting people and burning huts.
When I came out of my house, I saw a car of soldiers, so I went back inside. They started shooting into the house and they set it on fire, so I came out again. They killed my daughter-in-law and they shot both my legs.
The UN says it's alarmed by recent comments by government commanders and officials that it says risk inciting ethnically targeted violence. In the capital, Juba, the spokesman of the government forces told us they don't target civilians.
We gave numerous warnings to civilians that might be living very close to SPLIO barracks to leave so that they are not unintentionally hurt, including call for them to move away from areas of operations with their livestock.
The government's accused opposition forces of executing 30 prisoners of war last week. We've met displaced people who say opposition fighters have also killed civilians. Their leaders also deny it. Many of the increasing reports of violence against civilians are from remote locations where there's no help. A helicopter like this one isn't enough to carry a significant amount of humanitarian supplies, and 2 hours on the ground isn't long enough for the humanitarians to do much work. And so the people of Akobo town are waiting to find out what's going to come first: help, food, medicines, or the armed conflict. Malcolm Webb, Al Jazeera, Akobo, South Sudan.
Don't miss out, get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.